go roll into
Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
That's for last.
Oh, come on.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah. I had to throw that in there.
Hey now.
Hey.
Cowboys news. The big one is a few players came down with COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
The big name is Zeke. Zeke came down with it. He's young and healthy. I think he's going to fight it off.
He'll probably be fine.
Well,
Yeah,
most of the time, it's only in your system for a couple weeks, maybe at the most.
It's really only affecting the weak,
Yeah.
immunodeficient, the elders. He should be fine, but it just kind of a storyline. It just sucks that he contracted it, you know.
They haven't mentioned who the other players are.
They said the couple Cowboys and a couple Texans, but they only released Zeke's name.
Yeah.
The thing that's kind of weird about that is it's weird that it got released.
Yeah, how did it get released?
Because supposedly with all the, actions that are in place, with doctor-patient.
Yeah.
Zeke even put that on his Twitter. He said HIPAA laws, ? I was like,
Going off
somebody
of that,
released the information. He told somebody, and then somebody else told the media.
well, I'm sure somebody got paid for it. But going off of that, we kind of saw an early design in talks. Do you guys think the players will end up wearing some kind of a helmet that's fully enclosed?
It's definitely a potential. There's a couple drawings, concepts of it. It's full mask.
Some things
with
I've
breather.
seen, though, might just affect you playing, you know what I mean?
Breathing.
Yeah.
Right, because you're, even wearing those little masks that hook, you're sitting there.
It's definitely,
you know what I mean?
It's going to be a weird season, I think, either way. I mean, whatever happens. I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of weird precautions that they're going to take and things that, I don't know, it's going to be odd.
But, kind of like how you had a little bit less news. This is, I think it was 12 days old. So we're a little bit behind what we haven't had podcasts in
It's
a
been a
while.
while.
Travis Frederick was placed on the retired list, and he was due $11.5 million or something, $11.4 million, and they're going to pay him out a couple million and save $7 million in cap. So they're giving him a couple million to retire on. They're saving $7 million in cap, so that's going to help us. Maybe we can get something done. Use that $7 million to get something done with Dak. I don't know. There's still no Dak news.
That sucks. He retired.
He's a good one of the best centers in the league. I know, kind of to add on to the Dallas video within the division. I know it's always it's not good when a player goes down, but the Eagles guard Brandon Brooks is out with a torn Achilles for the 2020 season. So
I heard about that too.
It might come into play when Dallas and Philadelphia are playing each other.
Yeah, it's been he came down with it. Zeke's got COVID. It's just.
And I think there'll be a lot of other players.
It's going to be crazy.
There probably is now that we don't know about. So
one of the things too is, I guess, kind of cap that off. Do you think this is something that our players are going to have to get tested during the season? Could you end up getting a couple players that aren't able to play just because
there might be?
Yeah, I do believe so. They're going to have 2 weeks where they got to sit out.
And then, I could see that, say something happens to, for instance, Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Matt Ward tore it up when he was off, but...
See, and then you got to take into consideration, at the end of the year, maybe the team that wins the Super Bowl might not really be the best team because the season might be kind of
odd.
Because one player might not play for 2 weeks because they're sick.
And if it happens in the playoffs, to Mahomes or to Lamar...
Say you're in the Super Bowl, Mahomes, and he comes down, he's got COVID or something.
Are they not going to let him play?
No, he can't play.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to, I don't think.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of weird precautions. They're going to have to take them, but there's a lot of weird outcomes.
And the thing about the NFL in particular, than the other sports don't really have, they have huge rosters.
53 players.
53 players plus training staff and medical staff and coaches. And NBA, 15 players.
When coaches could be getting sick.
Right.
And,
all it takes is one. But
the UFC has came back on, and they've done a lot of good things. And I think a lot of the NFL, NBA, they're going to kind of follow the structure. They're testing very consistently before the matches and stuff, or before the before the headliners. So they're testing all the fighters. They're obviously having no fans in the stadiums right now, but the NFL is predicting 50% stadium capacity, but with 53-man rosters, you're all packed into a locker room. There's no 6-foot distancing. Those lockers are right next to one another.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of.
So I mean,
a lot of things that can go into play. Here's another thing. I can't remember what player came out and said it. If they don't have fans, would you want to have the players all mic'd up during the games?
I think maybe not all players, but
probably not, because I think people will be getting suspended.
Yeah, but maybe some key. I mean, they do some mic up, just randomly. But I definitely think micing up the quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers.
Another thing, I know the XFL kind of did it, but I do. Maybe do interviews or something. In certain
sideline interviews,
just something to kind of keep it going. Make it more interesting. No fans, unless you want to put it in the EA Madden.
Yeah.
Stadiums.
You think Dak's getting paid? I mean,
that's
I've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, that's the big question. There's still no news on it, and
nothing's getting done.
Is he gonna hold
it frustrates me because I want him to get paid, but he's asking for ridiculous amounts of money. He's asking for Mahomes type money when he hasn't even got us past divisional round in the playoffs. I love my Cowboys, and I love Dak, but I'm a Cowboys fan before I'm a Dak fan.
He loves them. I love you.
But you know what I mean, though. Like you're a Vikings fan before you're a Cousins fan. Yeah. You're a Ravens fan. Yeah. You're going to be Ravens even after Lamar's gone. You know what I mean? So I was a Cowboys. Yeah, I was a Cowboys fan before Dak, and I'm a Cowboys fan after him.
I had to root for Matt Castle.
Yeah.
Christian Ponder.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, Joe Webb. Remember Joe Webb?
Joe Webb.
But anyways, I do think he deserves paid, but he's got to meet in the middle with Jerry Jones on a real number. Jerry offered him $30 million, and then I think he upped it to $33.
That's tag
money. I think.
That's
what he was tagged. It's tagged for $33, and I think Jerry's willing to work around that range, $33 to maybe $35, but he's asking for $40.
I don't think he should be making over $30.
But
30.
That's just the way it is.
I know.
But I'm with you. I think 25 to 30 is what his play has dictated his worth. But the way it works is, that's the Cowboys quarterback, and that's the franchise tagging him, and the franchise is worth 33. So now it becomes, I'm worth 33.
What makes no sense about the whole situation is everybody keeps saying, every year, except for next year, the cap was going to go up every year.
Right.
Well, then if you're asking for more money, what does it matter if the cap goes up? You're still stuck in the same boat with your players.
Kind of how, with the Khalil Mack, that contract's not going to be big 3-4 years from now.
Yeah.
But then you're sitting there with a guy that, do you keep paying it?
But yeah, like you said, 33 for Dak.
Going on to Dak.
And 40 for Mahomes. But then, like you said, in 10 years, that 40 is going to be 50.
Yeah.
It's just going to keep climbing.
My thing about this, I think you should just trade him. Jacksonville probably. I would just get something out of him, and because this is what's going to happen. It's going to be a headache. It's like the Zeke holding out thing. And then Zeke, when he kept playing off the suspension, was that 2 years ago?
Yep. He kept putting it off rather than just accept the suspension, get it out of the way.
The first 4 out, you go 0-4, you can still go 12. Win 12 in a row. I mean,
but he waited until half the season was over, and then right when we needed him,
then you're in playing.
He was out a couple of games, and then we lost a couple of those games, and it's like if Zeke was in there. So like you said, if he's going to do this holding out crap,
my thing is, it's back and forth because Dak's got he's got a lot of leverage. Think about it. The offense, he has line.
Is tailored for him.
He's going to pad the stats. He's going to throw probably for 4,500, 5,000 yards.
He's got the receivers.
He's got a badass O-line. He's got fucking Zeke.
If he needs to take the game over, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Gallup, and now you got Mark Cooper.
So we got a
Tight
three-headed
end's
monster.
kinda iffy,
Right.
but-
Tight ends is our weakest spot.
But I mean, I guess it comes and goes because then Dalton could thrive in that offense too.
Because Dalton wasn't bad.
Yeah.
He just was on a bad team.
I think that's the leverage that the Cowboys are trying to have.
I mean,
They're not really
smart.
saying it. They're saying that Dalton's the backup. But deep down, Jerry made the right move. I really think so. Because if Dak does do this crap, then we roll with Dalton, and we see what Dalton's made of.
Yeah.
Hell, if Dalton has us at 5-1, 4-2, where's Dak's leverage? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being realistic about it.
Yeah.
And then if he wants to hold out the whole season, we go 10-6, 11-5 with Dalton. We make the playoffs. Dak won't get that $33 million.
Here's a question. I know we're kind of going back to the Dalvin Cook thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can he get fined enough to not make money?
Who, Dak?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. Not with making $33 million.
No, I'm talking about right now in his deal he's on. He's on the last year of it.
Well, no, they tagged him.
He hasn't signed the paper though, has he?
He hasn't signed the paper, but I'm sure he would sign it before going into the season because he wouldn't want to put himself in that position. We could withdraw the tag though, but I think you have to do it by a certain date. I think it's July
15th.
Yeah, halfway through the
like
July. You can pull it before then, or it sets into stone.
It's like another thing too with you guys. That's enough money right there to start re-signing people.
33 million.
Yeah.
I mean, you already signed Jalen. You're gonna sign Lil Vander.
We got Cooper dealt with.
You got Zeke.
Yep, we got Zeke. We got Jalen.
Some of those linemen are probably gonna start coming up. Martin and
Yep.
a couple of other ones.
Anyways, though, that's about it for
So-
Cowboys news.
That's us rambling on.
Yeah, we're just rambling at this point.
Rambling on.
Cowboy, ramble.
Anywho,
But yeah, that's all we got.
that's
isn't it?
about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's more news.
Yeah, hopefully there's more news soon. It was good to get back together and get some
The band's back
some
together.
new, get some news back on. So
Tell you how we feel.
Just tell me how you feel.
Tell me how you feel. Tell me.
all right,
That's it. Till next
All
week.
right.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace.